Hey everybody, welcome back to the Budget Bladesman. The blade we're going to be looking at today is the QSP, and more specifically, the blade we're going to be looking at, as you can see there, is the Penguin by QSP. So let's open this up and take a look at it. So this knife has become super popular recently, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to go ahead and do this review. We'll pop it open, kind of a unique looking blade there, so let's get to the specs. So we have an overall length of 7.125 inches, a blade length of 3.125 inches, and you can see it does have a little bit of a sharpening choil there. So the actual cutting length is 2.875. We have a blade thickness about 0.12, so it's right in the middle of that. And this is a D2 steel. You can see right there, D2. And it is what they call a sheep's foot blade. You get more traditional sheep's foot. I've also heard this called a Warncliffe, but to me, this is more of your traditional sheep's foot, just because the way that arc in the front is not full flat ground, but you can see it's a pretty high flat ground. You can actually see the grind line right about there. So we're coming in at 3.1 ounces. You can see this is actually, for me at first, this is micarta, and you can see this is full micarta there. You can see the liners there. So this is a full micarta. This isn't overlay or anything like that. And you can see it has a very deep ride pocket clip. It is reversible. And the way they do it's a little bit different. So you can see right there that the screws are in there, but you actually insert the pocket clip in through that little space right here in the micarta. So it's kind of different. It's a little bit different take on a pocket clip. So it's a very cool knife. It is made in China. It is in tip up only, as you can see. Like I said, so you go. Has a nice big lanyard hole if that's what you're into. It is a liner lock. You see right there. And it's pretty well nested. You can see liners. You get the blade on there. And it's pretty well centered. Right there. It's a very simple design, just a few standoffs, and then your stop pin. Geez, that was hard to get out. And then your pivot. So it's a pretty simple design. It's a kind of a pretty cool knife. So we'll pop this open, and then we'll get our comparison knives out. So first, of course, we have the K-bar dozer. You can see it's pretty right in line with that. It's not a big knife. Let's see if we put it there. See, of course, it's a different shaped blade, but pretty much right on point with the dozer. And then we're going to pull out our Gribber flat iron. You can see that, of course, it is a little bit smaller than the flat iron. If we go blade length, even sharpened blade length, it's about pretty close to the same size. It's just, that flat iron has a giant finger choil. So close these up, and we'll actually pull out a couple of our other standard everyday carry knives. So first, we're going to have the Buck 112 Slim. So you can see kind of right in line with that. And then the Ontario Rat number 2. So you can see it's kind of right in that pretty much perfect EDC size. But it's a very different blade for sure. It is a really good cutter, and you can see that I haven't had this QSP very long, but you can see that it's already kind of taking on some different characteristics. I will say that my micarta handle here is a little bit slick, so it's not a real... You don't get a lot of texture out of this. There's a little bit of a texture, but not very much. It's pretty slick, but you can see that micarta is already kind of taking on some of its own characteristics. That's one thing it will do over time. Over more time, is it'll kind of, with the oils in your hand and stuff that gets on the handles, it'll kind of change colors a little bit just from use. It is D2 steel, so you have to keep that in mind. Just make sure that you keep this blade well oiled, or if you're in a humid environment, make sure it's cleaned pretty regularly, or else that D2 steel will kind of rust on you. But it is a really cool knife. I really do like it, and for the price, you can't beat it. The price is about $30 pretty much wherever you go. The last time I checked at the shooting of this video, it was sold out on Blade HQ. You can get it in this green, you can get it in a brown, and then also what they call a blue jean, and those are all micarta. There's no different materials out of this. Except for $30, this is a pretty good steal. You're looking at really good quality for the price. I really like this knife, and like I said, it's a deep carry, so it's definitely unique. It's definitely fits in that budget line where we're looking at $30. So really qualities. It is made in China, so if you're not into Chinese knives, that's something to be aware of. but some of the other knives that we looked at are made in China as well, so just keep that in mind. But I mean, for $30, you're getting D2 steel and micarta handles. I mean, full micarta too, as you can see there. It's, full micarta. It's not an overlay, it's not an insert or anything like that. But for $30, you can't really beat that. I really do like this knife. It's kind of a cool take on a knife. Like I said, you can already kind of see the wear here a little bit there, and just how it's going to patina over time with the oils in your fingers or whatever it comes in contact with. So just keep that in mind. Whatever it looks like now when you first get it, it's going to look a little bit different after time. So thanks, guys, for coming by and checking this out, and we'll catch you next time.